I'd love to start this interview by asking about your recent involvement as Kaz Brekker in the upcoming installment of Shadow and Bone. First of all, I'd love to know what it was that drew you closer to this role, and were you aware of these books prior to joining the cast?
I hadn't actually read the books, no, but my sister had. She's a huge fan. I've read a few chapters now, but Leigh Bardugo's imagination is so wild and crazy. What 13-year-old boy wouldn't want to play one of her characters, especially Kaz Brekker?
I feel like getting to see a young Kaz and a side of him that, the fans never really got to experience through a visual medium before. It was really impeccable. And even though the readers already have an idea of where the story is heading, I still feel like it was kind of really interesting to see it in that way. I wonder, what was your initial impression of that specific sequence? And were you shocked, just like the readers, when you were first, introduced to his character as well as the backstory that Brekker has?
I was very shocked, actually, because I realised Kaz Brekker's got probably one of the most traumatising and tragic backstories of any fictional character ever written, and I was very excited to see how they were going to bring that scene to life and how they were going to film it and on camera and everything, and how they were going to do Leigh Bardugo's writing justice, because it's such an intense scene and a sequence, really, and I wanted to know how they were going to do it, because I was very curious, because it's such a brilliant and iconic bit of the books. I was very excited for it.
And in terms of getting to know the character, did you have a conversation with perhaps Mr. Carter himself?
I didn't have a conversation with Freddy Carter about it, because Kaz Brekker is so different because of what happened to him in his childhood. It changes him profoundly to who he is when he's older, because he goes from a child full of wonder and joy and curiosity to have it all taken away from him. And I thought that sort of gave me a bit more freedom with how I was going to play it, because I wasn't going to follow the path of Freddy Carter. Not that I could, because he's amazing, and I did end up meeting him on the set, and he's such a lovely guy. He's not just a great actor, but he's a nice guy.
And since the Grishaverse is so immensely diverse, if you could have the opportunity to immerse yourself within the shoes of any of the other characters from the same world, as well as get to know their mindset, which character would you like to play, besides the one that you?
Oh, that's a really hard question. Can I pick two?
Yeah, you can pick two.
Thank you. I think it'll be very fun to play a manipulative, an evil character. So I think General Kerrigan would probably be an interesting one for me. But if I had to choose one, I think I'd probably go with the gunslinging and the comedy timing of Jesper, because who wouldn't want to act with a goat? Those scenes are genius.
Yeah, we all love Jesper. And also, since you are such a well-established, child actor, you have done so much at such a young age. I feel like with child actors, one of the most significant things in terms of their career is how they intricately balance out their professional and personal lives when it comes to, time factor. So being someone who's both a professional actor as well as someone who is also pursuing education at the same time, I wonder how you balance both of these elements together. Do you think immersing yourself within the landscape of entertainment and acting somehow makes things for you a little bit difficult, or do you think it's easy?
I'm actually a very laid back person, so I don't really think about that much. I mean, I don't get stressed over it, but I think the trick is to have a really good chaperone and tutor, because they're the unsung heroes on a film set, and they've helped me out many times. And the things my chaperones have had to go through, like falling off stand-up paddleboards and eating the spiciest buffalo wings you've ever seen and being chased by dogs. But I think it also helps for when I get home to have a good group of friends, because they don't talk to me about my acting, they don't think about it much, which I think really helps me too.
And you're not only about to be recognized as playing the young version of Kaz Brekker, but you are already currently under the spotlight for playing the boy or Elliot in 1899, which is such an amazing show. And I'd love to know the creative process behind that specific character, as well as how you went on adopting that specific role.
I learned a lot about acting whilst portraying the boy in 1899, and I think what helped me the most whilst trying to get into the mood of that character was music. And I chose out quite a bit of music that I could listen to, and then sort of get into the mood of that character. And it was also a brilliant experience to perform on the volume, the LED screen. It was really, really brilliant.
And are you enjoying the response that you have been receiving from fans from around the world?
I am enjoying it, yeah, but I'm useless at social media. But I really do enjoy some of the fan art that people have made, some of the fans have made. It's so amazing. What a creative bunch of people.
Yeah, and I saw that recent James Bond one. That was really cool. I feel like, you should probably play James Bond if you ever get the opportunity to do so. And since 1899 and Shadow and Bones are like two projects that are so distinct in nature, is there any other specific genre or type of project that you'd like to play if you were given that opportunity?
I've heard Barbara Broccoli's looking for a new Bond, so I just want to tell her I'm available. But seriously, I think I've been very lucky with some of the projects I've had over the past year, and I'm very grateful. I've been lucky. But I can't talk about them yet, though.
Oh, okay. So you can't talk about any of the projects that you're currently working on. All right. Is there any message that you'd like to, tell your fans?
Thank you very much for the support, and stay safe.
Thank you once again for, taking out the time to talk to me. I really appreciate you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for having me.